So like 9 times out of 10, if you go up to someone and say, hey man, what's your worst year of school? Like what part of school did you dislike the most? I'm pretty sure a majority of them are going to say high school, right? Like not really the whole thing, but maybe senior year because it's really stressful, or maybe like finals, shit like that. Well, if you were to come up to me and be like, yo, Luna, dude, what's the worst school experience, or what's the worst year of your life in school that you've had? I'd say fucking preschool. Like, I'm being fucking dead-ass serious. Like, no joke, preschool was the worst year ever. I actually got in more altercations and, like, bullshit in preschool than I did my entire life. And I've had some bullshit happen throughout high school, but preschool itself, I was just a little fucking dick. And it's not really my fault, this story I'm about to tell you, but I've had a few occurrences of this shit happening, like, a few times in preschool. And if you want to see the other ones, just let me know. But, yeah, I'm going to tell you the funniest one in my opinion, and it's pretty bullshit. Like, this actually doesn't even involve me being an asshole whatsoever. I was legitimately getting picked on to, like, start this whole thing. So, back in preschool, okay, there was this fucking girl. Her name was Cassandra. It's not really a real name. I just had to think of one because I don't want to say her real name in case she actually sees this somehow. But Cassandra was that motherfucker that just you looked at and you met her and like you talked to her and you just immediately classify her as a complete cunt. Not because of the way she looked or anything like that, but she just acted like a dick. She used to just be really mean to me all the time. Like the first time I legitimately met her, I was like, hey, my name's Austin. I went to shake her hand and she just gave me this dirty look, just like this fucked up look. And I was like, okay, geez, alright, Cassandra, you're a fucking cock. And to this day, I'm still the same kind of person that I was back then. If I approach you and you're really mean to me, I'm gonna be mean back. And if you approach me and you're really mean to me, I'm probably not gonna be that nice, okay? And that's just kind of how I am. That's how everyone is, really. Like, if someone was to walk up to you right now and be like, fuck you, and then spit on you, are you gonna be like, I'm so sorry, what did I do to upset you? Like, no, you're gonna fucking be really pissed off. And look, I 100% understand this was preschool, everyone was immature, including me. We were all just immature little kids that were not really knowing how to be nice, and that's kind of how it all started. But yeah, she was really mean to me the whole fucking year. It was really annoying. And we were, like I said, we were a quarter into the year, so this was the beginning stages of this bullshit. But we were in the middle of an art project, okay? And we were doing painting. Like, we had to paint something, and it could be anything we wanted it to. So I'm doing like a rocket ship. It's actually still on my fridge. And if I'm ever doing a vlog, I'm probably going to show you guys. We would paint, and then they would put it in like a machine, and they'd make it into like a real magnet, and you can put it on your fridge for when you get home. So I'm making like this really shitty rocket ship with my family in it, happy fucking family, and she steals one of my paint cans, okay? Pissed me off. It really made me mad. Because I'm immature, I'm a little kid, and I'm just trying to do my painting, and I needed fucking red. The color red was the whole background, so I needed to keep doing it in red, and she took my red paint can, and I was like, dude, I fucking need red. If I don't have red, like, what am I going to do? Am I going to finish the rest of it in white? Like, that's not going to fucking happen. So I asked her really nicely. I was like, hey, can I please get my paint can back? And she's like, I need it for something. I was like, can you just nicely ask then? Just be like, hey, can I borrow this? I'd let you borrow it for like 5 minutes. She's like, I need it the whole time. I was like, no. I'm just going to take this. I slowly slid it back to my under the desk. She starts swiping it back. I was like, okay. This is making me angry. This is really pissing me off. So I call over one of the, the teachers pretty much, and I was like, hey, she took my can. Can I get a new one? And they were like, did she ask nicely to borrow it? I was like, no, not really. She just took it. And they're like, is this true, Cassandra? She's like, no, I asked him nicely if I could borrow it. He said yes. And they give me this look. They all look at me like I'm the fucking bad guy. They're like, Austin, is this true? I was like, I needed it, and she took it from me. And they're like, yeah, but you said she could borrow it. I was like, no, I didn't. Like, I didn't say that at all. And they just continued to take her side and wouldn't believe me whatsoever. So I just let her borrow it. You know what? I was like, fuck it. You can have it. Just keep it for like 5 minutes and give it back. She just goes, huh. And me being all confused, I'm like, what the fuck was that? I just gave her this weird look. So she keeps painting. I give her like 5 minutes and I go to take it back. She takes her brush with red paint on it when I go to reach for it and paints down my arm on my shirt. Like, I was wearing like a half-cut sleeve shirt, painted on that, and then went all the way down to my hand where like my knuckles were. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, being a preschooler, the words, I couldn't really say anything bad because I didn't know anything bad. But if I had the same mind back then as I did now, I probably would have said, are you fucking kidding me? So I got up, walked over to the paint station where they had all the cups of paint, all the aprons. I put my apron down. I was so pissed off. And she's just staring at me, smiling. The girl that did it, she's just laughing at me. Cassandra, motherfucker. So me being really butthurt, I grabbed a can of blue paint and I grabbed a huge piece of paper, like poster paper. And I put a whole thing, like a whole cup of it, right in the middle, and I walk the sheet of paper over to her, and she's just looking at me like, what the fuck is he doing? And I'm kind of just dump it onto her back, like straight up. I literally like threw it at her back and it stuck. Like that was the whole plan. I wanted it to look like a cape, and it stuck right where her neck started and just went all the way down her back, and it looked like a straight cape of messy blue paint and paper. And she turns around and just looks at me and starts screaming, dude, just freaking the fuck out. And the teachers run over and they start yelling at me. They throw me into a little fucking office room. They don't even fucking ask what's going on. They straight call my mom. They just immediately call my mother. She comes in yelling at me. My mom's like, "What'd you do? This is preschool. This is the year you're supposed to socialize and get ready for the real world." And I was like, "I didn't start it, Mom." And I just pleaded my case and said what I did. And she believed me, because my mom's the real fucking MVP, and she knows that half the time this shit's not my fault. So she believed me, took me home. I was the first ever preschooler of that class to get suspended. It was like a one-day thing. I couldn't come the next day. So I sat at home on the couch, eating Campbell's soup and watching fucking really crappy-ass cartoons, and just was kind of upset but kind of happy because I missed school. But yeah, the whole rest of the year, me and Cassandra fucking despised each other. We were straight enemies, and the whole like group of teachers hated me. They thought that I was some like juvenile delinquent that was gonna fucking grow up to just start fights with random people when I was older. But yeah, eventually I got through it and made it to real school, where it didn't really suck too much compared to preschool, but it was still pretty horrible. But yeah, guys, I thought you would enjoy this childhood story back from when I was a preschooler, a fucking preschooler. If you want to hear more stories from preschool, I guess just let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace.